Alright, so it's a new month, which means it's a new BattlBox. I saw previews of this one. I'm really excited to see what's inside, so let's jump into it after this. Alright, for those of you that don't know what BattlBox is, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below that'll bring you to their website. And what it is it's a monthly subscription box with different tiers. So you have the basic, the advanced, the pro, and the pro plus. And each one of them contains the same gear as the last level, but each level has a little bit more and a little bit more expensive gear as you go through the tiers. And so you can really pick what option fits your budget, and they usually have some pretty good gear. And so let's jump into this month's box. And so the theme or the mission each month changes. And so this is mission 36, which is active shooter or mass casualty response kit. And so this is going to be kind of like a trauma style box. That's going to be the theme. So moving forward, first things first, it looks like we have an Israeli bandage. It's a NAR response 6-inch ETD emergency trauma dressing. It looks a lot like an Israeli bandage. They're pretty much the same thing. I think this is just the American version for single use only. But yeah, so it's going to give you a trauma bandage basically. This helps put pressure and stop immense bleeding. So you get a trauma bandage. Next here we have a tourniquet pouch. So here we have a Molly tourniquet pouch. It looks like it's a pretty good size pouch. Basically it looks like a mag pouch, but it's got TQ on it for tourniquet. So it's labeled. It has straps so that you can strap it to any kind of molly. You can strap it to a belt. Yeah, this is actually a pretty decent clip here. It has a lot of different carry options. It also has a pocket in the back for your shears. So yeah, it's a nice pouch. I wish it came with a tourniquet. It'd be nice to have a tourniquet in the pouch so you can see how it all goes together. But yeah, it's nice to carry a tourniquet with you, especially if you're in the woods and you're dealing with sharp objects like axes and your big knives and everything. It really helps to have a tourniquet. I usually have a tourniquet on me in my first aid kit. Next item here looks like another Molly pouch. So this is a glove dispenser. So it comes with some gloves here. So you take them and you put them inside here. And then what it does is there's a slot here. So you can just quickly grab one glove at a time. And then, so it's a quick deployment. So you're not opening it trying to find a single glove. It pulls out one glove at a time. And then you just stuff it in the top. So it's a quick release. So if there was a mass shooting or some kind of a catastrophe, if you were going to help patients, you would grab a pair of gloves. You would help that person. You take those gloves off, get rid of them. When you go to the next person, you grab another set of gloves for each person. So this is just a quick deploying way of making sure you have new gloves for every person you come in contact with. And you're not sitting there fumbling with a big wad of gloves. You can get one at a time. It's an easy little dispenser. So that's pretty cool. Next we have little LED markers. They're disposable. They have a 5-year shelf life. So basically what these are is they're little circles with stickies on them. And then they have 4 LED lights. So you click it once and it'll be red. And then click it twice for yellow, 3 times for green, 4 times for blue. And each color represents somebody or something. So when you come in contact with somebody, and you're trying to help the emergency or the ambulance people, you can mark red, and red is somebody that needs urgent care immediately. Their life is on the line. They need medical attention right away. Yellow is usually somebody that's stable. Maybe they're bleeding a little bit, but they got pressure on it and they can wait, but there's still a threat. There's still a threat of infection. There's still a threat of something, but their life isn't in danger. But they still need medical help. Green means that they're good. They might have some bumps and scrapes and bruises, but they're fine. They don't really need medical help. And then blue means they're deceased. It means they're done, and the body needs to be taken care of. And so, of course, when the EMT comes and they see the blue, they're going to ignore the blue. They're going to ignore the green. They're going to go right for the red. And then once all the red are taken care of, they're going to go to the yellow. And it's just a good way of marking so that the people that need the help can get the help and they're not suffering while the EMT is going through and labeling people themselves. So that's pretty cool. I like how it's LED, which means even in the dark, you know, a lot of times things happen at night. And so having a LED and light up, they can easily see the red, the yellow, the green. Even if they're in the shadows or if it's nighttime, they'll be able to see what condition that person is in. Next we have medical rescue trauma shears. www.battlebox.com. BattleTac shears. So these, of course, these are usually very strong. I see a lot of people cutting pennies and stuff with these, but they're blunt and they're rounded, and so you can cut somebody's clothes off if it's constricting or if it's in the way and you can't properly take care of them. It's not gonna hook them, you know. It's not gonna hook them while you're cutting clothes off, or if there's something around their neck, you know, you can cut it off. These are usually very strong shears and they can do a lot of different things. And so these are included. Put them in my tourniquet pouch here. And then last, but not, oh no, there's 2 items left. We'll go through this one because that one's big. You get a halo seal. And so it contains 2 seals. So this is usually for a lung puncture. If you're shot and you have a enter wound and an exit wound, you take the halo and you put it on both wounds and it seals it up. Especially because if you get a puncture in your lung and there's a hole, all that air is escaping, and so you seal that up and then they're able to breathe. Also, if they're bleeding uncontrollably, you can put that halo on both sides and stop the bleeding, but it's a very, very temporary thing. But yeah, so you get a halo seal, and it comes with instructions on how to use it and that are not in English. There's German, Dutch, and French. The English instructions are on the front. Clean and dry wound. Remove one product from liner. Release liner. Place seal firmly over the center of the wound. Adhesive side down. Apply light pressure to assure adhesion. Repeat instructions with the second dressing if second wound is present. So yeah, halo rings. And then the last piece of gear you get this month is a dolly. So this is a big, looks like a tarp. Looks like a big tarp, feels like a tarp. It's basically a tarp, but it has handles on it. And so you can use it as a dolly. So if there's somebody that's injured and you need to move them, you can put them on here, and then you and one of your buddies or a couple guys can pick them up and move them out of a dangerous situation. Of course, this side is the top, this side up. And yeah, it's basically just a reinforced tarp that can hold the weight of a person. Alright, so after going through all this gear, my 3 favorites, number 1 would have to be these trauma shears. Just because I don't own a pair, I never even thought about owning a pair. But I think it's something that's very important to own. I think it's something that's very important to learn how to use. I think it's important to learn why you would need to use it. And so a lot of EMTs and people, I see these right on their belt. They carry them. They're very accessible, very handy. And so they have to be very important, and I'm going to learn more about them. And now that I have a pair, I'm actually going to practice using them. The second item I think is going to be this glove dispenser. When I'm in a place where something might happen, you know, usually I'm in the woods where an axe could slip or my knife could slip, or, you know, I'm usually in a pretty dirty environment and my hands are usually pretty dirty. And so having gloves, even like I said, to take care of myself is really a helpful thing. And just being able to grab them one at a time and doing what I need to do without fumbling through all the gloves and contaminating them all. It's really a good idea, and I'm really glad that I got this. And then my third item is probably going to be these little indicator lights. Just because I want to learn more. I want to learn how EMT or an ambulance comes and marks different people. Like what is a situation where a red would be placed on somebody and a yellow and a green, you know, like a blue, you know, do you put a blue on somebody that's deceased or somebody that can't be helped? These are all questions that I really would like to learn the answer to, and I never really even thought to ask them until I received this item here. And so I really enjoyed this box. I really think that this box has gotten me thinking in a way that I've never thought before. It's really bringing a lot of different things to my attention, you know, and I'm really excited to learn more about this trauma gear. You know, I've learned a lot about first aid and how to take care of cuts and minor things, but this has really gotten me thinking in a much different way. It's got me thinking in a much more severe situation. And I'm glad that BattlBox has brought this to my attention so that I personally can dive in and learn even more. So with that being said, make sure to leave any knowledge or questions in that comment section. What do you think of this box? Do you think this was a good box? What are some things that you would add to this box to make it a more well-rounded trauma style kit? Then make sure to like and share this video to help spread that knowledge and those ideas to the people we care about most. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and come join the pack. I have a new video every Sunday and Thursday, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.